Hey everybody, Mark Burgess, Big East Bass Fishing, all you bass fishing maniacs out there. I thought I'd bring you some more fishing tips, rigging tips for swim baits, specifically hollow body and ribbed, smaller swim baits, if you will. So let's go through a few different ways that I rig them up. We'll start off with some of the smaller ones. There's some awesome little swim baits on the market, little hollow body swim baits and so forth, boot tail, paddle tail, what have you. The way I like to rig these is just with a small jig head, exposed hook. A couple different versions here. So typically small jig head, 1/8 ounce, up to 1/4 ounce. And light line spinning rod application. Typically fish these on the bottom, deeper water, although they can be, you can swim these along through a school of fish. Certainly cast and retrieve, they'll work that way as well, but kind of dual purpose. I mean, you can use these as a deeper bottom bait, and even shallow for that matter, or pull them along in a constant retrieve as a typical swim bait. So basically that's how it's rigged up. Exposed hook. Again, you're not fishing around a lot of cover. How to rig it. Take your head, a lot of different head styles out there. Some are very fish-like, glass eyes, nice keeper on them. The stuff on the market now is good quality. Make sure you got a nice sharp hook. But basically you take your swim bait in your head, start it down through. Typically if you're gonna do a worm, you'd go to the bend and come out. But this one here is, I'm in there a little bit, so I want to just estimate where the end of the bait's gonna come up against the head like that. And I'm already in the bait a little bit, so I'm gonna come back to about where this keeper is. Scrunch it down. And again, it's very important to get it right in the middle. And if you don't, just kind of manipulate it till you get it in the middle. If you do happen to do this a few times and weaken the plastic, you can just take your soft plastic glue or your super glue, put a little drop right there on the head of the bait. And when you push it up on there, onto the head, back of the head of the jig head, it's not going anywhere. So that's how you rig it. But nice, as straight as you possibly can get it. So, and the back of the bait, nice and straight like that. This is a spinning rod application, 6, 8, 10 pound test fluorocarbon. Certainly if you're fishing with braid, 10, 12 pound braid to a fluorocarbon leader, 8, 10 pound test. Again, depending on water clarity, water depth, thickness of the cover, tied directly to that line tie. And again, fish this right on the bottom, cast it out, almost worm it back. Fish this as a worm, or you can pull it up off the bottom, count it down, like if you're seeing on your electronics, baits, 10 feet down, over 20 feet of water, cast this out, give it a 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, count it down, and then slowly pull it through the fish, just to get it in their strike zone. Very, very deadly way to fish the bait like that. So here's just a perch style. You get a lot of action if you do pull them in a straight retrieve. I like this bait. It's got a little red underneath, and it's kind of translucent color, but you still have the bars imitate a small perch. Same jig head. 3/16, 1/8 ounce, 1/4 ounce, something like that. Again, light line spinning rod application. So you can move up a little bit into that same style of bait, the Kitech style baits. Bunch of different ways you can rig this bait. I prefer, fishing around a lot of cover, I'll use a belly weighted hook. This is a 4-rod VMC drop dead hook. There it is right there, hopefully you can see that. Relatively long shank, little bait keeper. You're screwing it in. I'll just pull this back a little bit. So very easy to rig this bait up. This little bait keeper. like that. Go right into the head of the bait, right in the nose of the bait. Thread it on there. I should say screw it on there. I will say, pay attention to, you know, where that little screw is flat and horizontal to the hook point. So the back of the bait. So everything, you know, it's not fighting itself. Okay, so the little end of the screw lock is flat horizontal to the vertical line tie, hook eye. All right, that gives you the most action without it really getting impeded. Like any soft plastic, take your thumb, mark where the end of the hook is, bend it back, go straight up through the bait where your thumb is. That's going to put it right on top like that. And the last thing I do if I'm fishing around a lot of cover is just pinch it back. And so now it's completely weedless. Okay, so you got the benefit of the weight, the belly weight. Good cast, can fish this thing a little bit deeper. It's not really going to roll on you with that. And you know, when they bite it, boom, I mean, it's all business end. Okay. The other way I like to rig it, I'll certainly rig it with the larger exposed hook, jig head. But I also like to fish this bait on the bottom a lot. What I use is, this is a 1/2 ounce to 3/4 ounce football head. And again, I'm going in right through the nose. And again, you want to estimate where that's going to be with your thumb. Right there right behind the head of the bait. Go in, going right back out. Okay. Push it up on there. Now again, if you make a mistake, which, I mean, I did there, it's just a little bit off, so I can't fish that like that. I just, in my head, it's not completely straight. All right, so that's not gonna act right in the water. It's not gonna swim right in the water. The light is limited here, so I'm gonna pull it back out, move it over a little bit. And I still don't like with that. I don't know why that's doing that, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, so get it straight. Okay, there we go. Get it straight, and then, like I said, if you do happen to wear that out, go ahead and put a little drop of glue right there. That was pre-rigged. No, I still don't like that. I don't know why that's rigging up like that. So again, it's just the same thing as a knot. Don't be satisfied with anything but perfect, okay? I mean, it's pretty well worn. This bait's pretty well worn out from doing this quite a bit. But the point is, get it perfect. You want everything just lined up. Hook eye, line tie, and bait. Nice and straight. Okay? Straight as you can get it. Again, if you put it on there a few times just to try to get it perfect, take a little drop of glue and put it right there at the head of the bait. Push it up where it touches the back of that football head, and it's not going anywhere. All right, same thing, here's a hollow body. A little bit different twist on it. I've taken basically an underspin and I'll push it up in there inside the bait so that I have this bottom swivel and tied right here for a little blade. So I can put a very small, like spinnerbait blade on here, like a little willow leaf blade. Got my line tied stick. You see where I've got line actually on it where I've fished this bait. So this right here is a underspin that I've shoved up inside a hollow body swim bait to give me the exposed hook and the benefit of either I can put a small treble right here or a little spinnerbait blade on with a split ring to get a little bit more action to it if I feel the need. And there you go. You can do the same thing with the jig head as well. Basically, here's one that has not been rigged up, so I can put this on, you know, a football head. I can certainly rig it with a belly weight or a larger jig head. You know, something like this. Okay, so I could rig that up. I could rig that up on there. Push that up on there like there. Exposed hook. I mean, that is all business right there. So that's pretty much what I can do with that. So a lot of different options out there to rig swim baits. A little bit drawn out video about it, but I hope that information helps you out. Again, a lot of different ways you can fish them to match whatever conditions, whatever bait, whatever depth, whatever cover that you're fishing. All right, so I hope that helps you out, puts a few more fish in the boat for you, and you guys have a great day.